White House correspondent Dan Lothian live with more on the backlash over the back-to-school speech. Dan, I got to ask you, is the White House in any way surprised by this reaction from, let's say, some parents and some school systems?
Well, they are. I mean, there's essentially been this revolt by the parents in the school systems, and they're quite surprised by it. I was just at a gaggle with Robert Gibbs up in his office, and I asked him about the administration's reaction to what was going on and how strong these feelings were, both online and now we've seen it on television play out as well. And Robert Gibbs said the following. He says, quote, "I think we've reached a little bit of the silly season when the president can't encourage young people to stay in school." And he went on to say that if going to school and speaking to young people is a political message, then someone should tell the NBA, of course, referencing the fact that the National Basketball Association has a campaign that encourages young people to stay in school. And what the administration is also pointing out that this is not the first president to do something like this. They point to Ronald Reagan doing this. They point to former President Bush as well. If you might recall, back on 9/11, the president was in a school at the time when the attacks occurred. And so they keep bringing up two other Republican presidents have done similar things. And so this is yet another attempt just of a president to go in and speak to young people across the country and encourage them to stay in school, Tony.
Hey, Dan, but does Robert Gibbs at least acknowledge that the administration in some ways brought some of this on themselves by some of the language in the lesson plan that suggested, hey, students, go and figure out ways that you can help the president?
Well, yeah, clearly. I mean, he did not say that today, but other senior administrations have said, officials have said that, yes, you know, they do realize that there was some confusion in the language, and that's why they have, you know, tweaked it. And we're still waiting to find out exactly what's going to be said in that speech. We have not seen the advanced copy yet, but we hope to take a look at it, and that's the big issue. Obviously, there will be other things that are changed based on the reaction that we've seen now. But again, the White House pointing out that this is just an attempt. The president wanted to go in, talk to young people to stay in school, and perhaps cut down on the dropout rate that you're seeing across the country.
Okay, at the White House. Dan Lothian for us. Dan, appreciate it. Thank you. Okay.